Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Mahaguru Yash Architecture Classes, and right now we've started a preparation for our GATE 2021 exam, and right now we are covering small individual important topics from our syllabus. For today's topic is housing typologies, which is from the earlier section 7 of planning techniques and management. So today's topic is going to be housing typologies, and we'll be focusing on different housing typologies which one could see easily within the country. So I have the first classification of housing typologies is on the basis of sharing of wall or design. The first is detached house, as in it's since it's on a basis of wall, so it's detached, as in you do not have any kind of shared walls. You have all four walls to yourself. The second is semi-detached, which is you two houses share one common wall in between. And the next is row house. It's when you have colonies laid out, you have rows of houses in a line. So this is more of, so a house can either have one sharing wall, two sharing wall, or three sharing wall. The next is a courtyard house where you have a central courtyard. And the last is an apartment. You know what an apartment is? You have multiple dwelling units as a flat in one whole in a one vertical building. The next classification is on the basis of material and longevity. On the basis of material longevity, there are only two types, which is a kacha house and a pakka house. So in case of kacha house, your materials are mainly grass, leaves, bamboo, unburnt bricks, reeds, mud and wood. Whereas in case of pakka house, your materials lies from tiles, stone, bricks, glass, metals, etc. The next classification is on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, we have classified our housing typologies on the three bases, which is owned, rental, and leased. So owned means you own the land as well as the house you've made on it. Next is rental, as in the house and the land belongs to someone else, but you pay some amount of rent to that person and acquire that piece of house for some time. The last is leased. As per what leased mean is, instead of a house being on rent, the land is given on rent. The next type of classification is a miscellaneous type of classification, where we do not have any single topic, but all the different kinds of housing typologies have been clubbed in this classification. The first is a flex housing. Flex housing. So as per flex housing, the most famous flex housing was has been done by Alejandro Aravena. You can see the picture. It's Quinta Monterey in South America. So flex, as the term says flex, it's flexible. So in the picture you can see that it looks like half a house. That means the house can be increased and as per their flexibility. The second is a studio apartment, very famous in the US. So you have a single room and it is a multi-purpose kind of room. These are also known as the micro flats as well. The next is serviced apartment, which means that these are ready to move in flats, and these are done on contract basis. The next is a duplex unit. So duplex units are basically a two-floored detached house. The next is condominium. So condominiums are basically apartments in which, instead of you owning a flat, you also own the shared spaces, like the parks, gardens, the serviceable area. So instead of just owning the apartment, your single flat, you own the other parts of the buildings as well. The next is condominium hotel. So when a condominium is getting converted into a hotel, those are known as condominium hotels. The next is apartment hotels. These are similar to a serviced apartment, but instead of owning a service apartment, it's like a full flat. But here, in case of an apartment hotel, you own a single room, which will have multiple uh, rooms within a flat, not a flat, but a space. The next is a condo. So condo is basically a mixed use condominium, where the ground floor is basically commercial and the upper part is residential. The next is a cooperative housing. So you know what a cooperative housing is, that a corporation runs it. So this corporation can be a business corporation, a land corporation. It's a corporation which builds up this society and then it gives it on lease to people. The next is a penthouse. So penthouse is basically, in case of in case of any high-rise building, in a high-rise residential building, your topmost floor is your penthouse. Which so what happens in a penthouse is you also own the terrace. So it's like a double. You own two floors that you have instead. So in a condominium, you own the piece of land, the park. So here, in case of a penthouse, you also own the all the facilities like the swimming pool and everything, a share of it. And other than that, you also own the terrace. The next is a bungalow. So you know what a similar typical bungalow is. It's a detached house. So it's a detached house. It basically has more than 3 rooms. It has a balcony all around, and you have a nice veranda. The next is a villa. So a villa is a more luxurious and a more formal bungalow. It has more all the luxurious arrangements to it. The next is a mansion. So mansion is basically more than one floor. It has all the luxurious facilities, and you can see how the scale is differing. The scale of a bungalow, a detached unit is small, but in case of a mansion, it gets to 10,000, 15,000 square feet. Instead of a 1,000 square feet, 200 square feet, it gets to 1 lakh square feet, 2 lakh square feet. The scale is differing a lot. The next is a cottage. A cottage is on a very small scale. It has a very rustic, brutalist look to it. It mostly has 2 to 4 rooms, and preferably these rooms might have a balcony. It's a small getaway kind of a place. Mobile housing. The last is a mobile housing. As one know what a mobile, the term in itself says, these are movable houses. So it is like a long house on wheels. So a truck just pulls it up. You have a car which pulls it up, and you go somewhere else and get settled up. So guys, this is it for today's video. So I would like to tell you all that I've recently launched my book, which is Gate Architecture 2021, which would be helpful for you all for your preparation for your gate exam. So this book basically has last 30 years question papers, solved question papers. Other than that, whoever buys this book also get an inbuilt picture book which has 100 plus architects with their buildings. Other than that, you will get a landscape detail book. Also, one will also get a chronological order of Pritzker prize winners. And how this book is different from other book is I have provided a last points to remember from the different sections of the gate syllabus, which have the earlier syllabus had 8 sections, so you could find section related last minute notes in itself in the book itself. Also, you'll get books and authors in end moment conversion table and everything. One can also buy just the picture book separately if you it's your wish, but I'll prefer you to get this book because visual aid is the best aid. So in case of a picture book, you'll just find architects, landscape details, and the Pritzker chronological order. So the book is available in a form of in ebook on Amazon Kindle. You not to worry that you do not own an Kindle book. Amazon has its own Kindle app, so you can download this app and get this book anytime. So instead of carrying thick books and studying here and there, you have your preparation on a touch on your mobile. We'll be soon launching our book book in paperback version. Please, I'll link all the description, all the links for the books and my Facebook group in the description box below. Do join our Facebook group where we update you with the latest gate knowledge and gate syllabus and everything. We have a question of the day where one can just discuss the questions with us, and that's it for today. Thank you. Do share, subscribe, and comment. Bye, guys.